All right, we are live with my twin brother, finally
I'm here.
getting to introduce you to the community, which is fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If you want to just like introduce yourself to anyone who's watching or will watch this.
Yeah, I'm Shane. Matt and I started affiliate marketing back in college in 2008, and so we've always shared information. And any campaign that I've run successfully or he's run successfully, we always share information and help each other scale. And it's nice having somebody to bounce ideas off of, because we're always able to, if he sees something, an optimization for my campaign, he can make it better, vice versa. But yeah, we're in business together from 2015 to 2018 because we figured why not, and we were doing e-commerce, sunglasses, and Matt had a product that was a personal safety alarm keychain, but we did a couple million a year in sales on that, and we realized with affiliate marketing you can do the same margins because affiliates get the lion's share of the commission, but you don't have to pay for inventory, you don't have to deal with customer service, you don't have to deal with chargebacks, etc. So our final year of business together, I think it was 2019, but 2018 Christmas, because I hear we're talking about listicles today. Earlier that summer in 2018, there was a founder of a huge affiliate network that went under recently, W4, and we were like, "Oh, Jason, what's working? Give us an idea." And he's like, "You guys got to do listicles." And so
that was kind of when listicles were like a new thing. I remember hearing listicles for the first time, and I was like, "It sounds like testicle."
I didn't really understand. It sounded a little bit cheesy. It's like a listicle. Why not just call it a list? But it was brand new, and people were crushing because that hadn't been a style in affiliate marketing. Typically, it was like a fake news site, a fake news article that was working for diet, flashlights, whatever it was. And so the idea of just doing a list didn't really register with my affiliate marketing brain or Matt's, but he's the one that started testing it in October of 2018 and just started, like, I think you were at least 2xing.
On Facebook, it was spending like 5K a day on Facebook, which was the max for me at the time, and just doing like best stocking stuff for 2018.
Yeah, and so I hadn't had anything going on my end for a couple months for our joint business, and so multiple affiliates would have been running listicles and buying the auction. They would have been competing in the auction for the CPC. So I figured, why not just have both of us do it? And I think we might have even been targeting different ages. So I was taking one age, you were taking the other. But anyway, for some reason, I think I just went absolutely psycho in 2018 and just decided I'm just going to put the pedal to the metal. And I got up to the $5,000 day limit, I think in late November, and just got that boosted to like 50K a day, 100K a day. And then I eventually got to like $250,000 a day that I was capped in 2018. For some reason, Matt couldn't keep an account because Facebook is so finicky. You guys probably know this. Sometimes they'll shut you down for no reason at all.
Yeah, I've been
I just had the luck of the gods on me that Christmas in 2018. And so I was able, basically between December 1st and December 15th, I spent $2.5 million, but made $3.4 million. So we made $900,000 in profit in 3 weeks. And it was crazy. And Matt's accounts were shut down, but because we were in business together, I was managing the campaigns, waking up at 4 a.m. because I was spending $150,000 a day. I think my biggest spend was $250,000 in one day. And most of the volume was on GiddyUp. It was spread across 3 affiliate networks, but it was primarily on GiddyUp. And so I was...
Yeah, we were by far the biggest GiddyUp affiliates, at least that month. So
I think we were probably the biggest affiliates in the world at that month. If you take out CNN as an affiliate for Amazon,
or like Wirecutter or NerdWallet, or
right?
Like those,
But in terms of traditional affiliate, we were for sure the biggest in the world for that month. But I was on the phone with my GiddyUp rep every single day, and the owners. I mean, I was doing more volume than anybody on GiddyUp. I was their whole business that month. So I had to have them, in order to pay off my American Express bill, which was capped at like $700,000 or something like that, or maybe it might have been a $300,000 cap, which is one of the keys to scaling. Is you need a scalable credit card. But and if you're scaling the affiliate networks will pay you daily, and that's what I had to do. I'd have the affiliate networks pay me like 3 or 4 times a week, so I could just keep paying off the card. But yeah, it was crazy. I don't know why Facebook just allowed it. They allowed me to keep scaling because there's nothing wrong with listicles. I don't know why Facebook shut Matt down, but he was going out to Malibu with his girl.
They hate me. Yeah. That one day. You know, also like I was living in LA, you were living at like in Northern California, but you had texted me like our spend, because I saw that. I think I saw the numbers. So you texted me the numbers, and it was by like
I was getting up at like
10
4
in the
a.m.
morning.
every day, just not getting sleep because I had to manage it.
We were up like 50,000 in profit by like 10 in the morning, I think. And I just threw my hands up in there. I'm like, fuck it. I'm driving to Malibu. I'm getting a bottle of champagne. Like, I still have that photo.
Him and his
of,
girlfriend
like,
just cruised up. It was because so this is again where
she was at work. I did it by myself. She was still working in Hollywood. I was I just drove myself and just didn't have a whole bottle of champagne, but I
would say the benefit of this community too is kind of what you and I have had, because affiliate marketing is a lone wolf game. People in loyalty is the highest currency. If you have a buddy and you're both doing affiliate marketing and you have a campaign, he will compete with you, because people they see a campaign that's going to make money, they're going to compete. But the benefit of Matt and I of being a twin is that we're in the same family. We trust each other. It's like, you know, if you make money, I make money. And so we're able to bounce ideas off each other. And so this 2018 listicle season was the perfect example of, you know, having somebody you trust, being able to bounce ideas off of them and work together. He's the one that initiated the listicles. It was not on my radar. I was not going to do it. He's the one that proved the concept. And then I went out and just hammered it with my own listicle style and marketing on affiliate marketing. And I would say the value of this community is that it's almost like what we have, where you have people to bounce ideas off of, to kind of optimize campaigns. But yeah, that was crazy. It was December 1st through the 7th was just like clockwork. It was 50K profit, 50K profit, 50K profit every single day. And then I think I had like a low day, like a 15K. I'm like, oh, is it like getting too close to Christmas? And then I had a couple $70,000 days, and I was just like,
insane.
And it was just insane. And the trick with Facebook that I'm not sure if they do anymore, they couldn't turn your traffic off instantly, but they would not allow you to spend a penny more, because for their own safety, I guess, but they would not allow you to spend a penny more than your cap. So if you're
it's a social site, people are sharing and they're liking, and that goes out to the feeds.
Well, and what I figured out is that between like I'd say 3 or 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so East Coast time was I convinced your brother to join you.
Yeah,
it's 100%. Nice to have it's nice to have a partner in affiliate marketing that you trust.
It is, and I will say that our best ideas have come from like one of us figuring something out and then running it by the other person. The other person comes up with like an optimization, and that just changes the game. And it's just back and forth. It's not just like you're by yourself in the trenches. Like another good example, sorry to cut you off, but is like Facebook pages back when we first started doing those when they were first launched.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then you kind of figured out, well, what if you just put like your affiliate link on a viral image? So make viral images that are positive for the page. They get hundreds of thousands or millions of likes, but then your affiliate link with your little statement is getting pushed out there as well. And my God, we were doing like 150,000 profit months just from that.
We're doing 5K a day. That was just the easiest money we've ever made. But it was what I was going to say about the cap real quick on Facebook is that what I figured out during listicle season is that Facebook would not allow you to spend a penny more than what your cap was. And so there were days where I was like, say capped at $100,000. And I knew that if the most profitable time of day before it plateaued and I potentially lost money was basically between 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 7 a.m. on the East Coast and everybody's waking up, and then about 11 or 12 on the West Coast. So there was like that little window. So, okay, by noon, if I could fill my budget, I knew it would be profitable, and I knew they wouldn't allow me to spend a penny more. So I would just double my budget on Facebook because they have a very linear spend. It's not accelerated. So you don't spend like on Google. If you try and do that on Google, they're going to spend your entire budget in 30 minutes and you're going to get absolutely run over. But on Facebook, it was a linear spend. They would finish your spend by midday and they would not allow you to spend a penny more. So you could just accelerate into that midday wall and then they would stop charging you, but you would have 10,000 people on your site that were still going viral, and so you would get like a lag of traffic that would make you about an extra $5 or $10,000. I don't know if Facebook still does that today.
I doubt it. I mean, Facebook is such a different beast than what I remember back then. Like I'm obviously using it to market Commission Crew, And it's like there's similarities, but it almost just feels like they're like, and this is how all the ad platforms feel right now, is they're all just trying to nickel and dime you with AI. They just pretty much say like, don't run it yourself, don't do anything manual, just give us the range, like tell us kind of this and that, like a couple of things, and let us run it.
Yeah, they want you to be a stupid purchaser of their ads. So
yeah, and it also allows them behind closed doors to potentially give you placements and impressions that you don't want, that you don't really ask, but they can charge you for it.
Yeah.
So
well, so back to Facebook pages and working together and having your brother join you. If one of us, if Matt or I came up with an idea, we would use that person would use all of their bandwidth to come up with that idea, but the other person would come in fresh with like they hadn't even with completely fresh eyes, because the other person is focused on just the idea. They're not really focused on the optimizations yet. And so the other person would come in and be like, oh, why don't you try this? And a perfect example with Facebook pages back in the day, we both figured out that we could grow Facebook pages for like a penny a click, because as long as somebody, you just advertise the page on Facebook, not the actual offer.
And say like, hit like if you love your daughter, hit like if
you use a, clickbaity thing like that guilt trips them almost like.
Yeah, because
that
was also back when the Facebook ads would have the like button embedded in the ad.
And so if they liked the ad, then that means that they followed the page. Yeah. So we were getting like users for a penny per click. And I figured, well, the engagement, the organic engagement goes down on the page if you just keep spamming links at them. So I came up with the idea of like, okay, do more viral images, like if you love your daughter, like if you love your kids, great. Like, so they would like it and share it. But then in the description, you would have a link to a lead form, a lead submit, or a biz op or something. But I was doing,
or like really health insurance or whatever it is.
Yeah. So I was doing these really cheap offers that weren't paying out a lot, but I was making like $1,500 a day. And Matt was like, why don't you try a biz op? And so I started doing a biz op, which was paying out like $50 or something. And that tripled the income to like $50K a day, or
I think it ended up being like
a day,
like Herbalife or something like that.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, full circle, I think having the benefit of this community and having your brother join you or somebody that you trust, because affiliate marketing really is it's a lone wolf game unless you have a group of people that you trust. Because there's always,
even in the community, like you don't necessarily want to give away your top campaigns or what's working, but like what I've already seen in our group, which is awesome, is like people asking questions and people giving like they're doing follow-alongs. Like the perfect example is, I'll bring it up real quick.
I remember back in the day, I would go to different internet marketing forums and I would just want I'd want the attention for having a good campaign in the community. And so I would cut my own legs out from under me and I'd be like, this is my strategy, this is what I'm doing. And it would go viral on the campaign and a lot of people would like it and say thank you. And then I'd be like, oh, now I'm not making money on it.
So, perfect example, we have Shane in the community, another great Shane. Name. Yeah, great name. But he's been like logging his, and he's just one of quite a few guys doing this, but he's like logging his journey. He's not giving away campaign specifics, but he's saying like, here's what I'm doing. Every week I'm trying this, here are my successes, here are my failures. And he's like really working to get by the end of the year, $200,000 a month. And it's really cool to see. It's really fun to be in the group where like people are posting stuff like that. I post a lot of my stuff, like as we're going to see here in a minute. I'm going to show you guys or show you too, Shane, but like what I'm working on now, which I think will be a really interesting. It's back to listicles. It's going to be really interesting.
Have you told me about this or no? What you're working on?
Maybe briefly before we hopped on the call, but here, I'll show it real quick. Since we're getting into listicles. Oh, and you're also the one because so many people are getting into AI these days. Like I've even had people join the community and ask if I do anything with AI. And I really only got into Cursor because of you. You were telling me about Cursor and then you've built some insane stuff using Cursor. And I can't build more than like a landing page, which is fine. But okay. So I built this in Cursor yesterday and kind of like
great.
Added the links today. Yeah, it's like a travel listicle.
Yeah, classic look to it.
Yeah, and so it's just a few GiddyUp, like 10 GiddyUp products. Well, there's one DFO product, but like a smart lock.
Are you doing travel because summer everybody's traveling?
Yeah, and on Pinterest, just the keyword travel essentials, it says 20 down here, but like it gets a lot of search volume. And I know it gets a lot of search volume because if you're in the community and you've seen this case study, and Shane, you remember me doing bed sheets on Pinterest.
Oh yeah.
I always targeted the keyword bed sheets on Pinterest, and Travel Essentials gets more, I guess, whatever it would be search volume than bed sheets does, even when it's not spiking here.
What are those numbers in thousands on the side?
No, I don't. It's like Google Trends where it's, I think, percentage of, I don't know what, I should research what that is. Let's see. How often people are searching for a keyword compared to all keyword searches that week, indexed from 0 to 100. So, I mean, not bad at all. And like, I crushed it with bed sheets, pretty much just targeting bed sheets. So, and then you look at like the type of pins that you get.
Oh, like a travel bag. And your listicle is items that people would take in a travel bag.
Yeah. And so you look at like the sponsor. This is a sponsored post right here. It's like a sleep patch. You look at other sponsored posts, 65 sick finds under $25 on Amazon that are pure genius. So you get a lot of these type of stuff, like listicles on Pinterest. And so I don't know. I was just kind of thinking like it's kind of travel season right now, and there's really good keyword volume for Travel Essentials. And so making an RFID wallet defender so you don't get digitally pickpocketed.
Oh yeah.
If you're walking a lot, the Giddy Up's Vibrothotics insoles, sleep fuel so you can overcome jet lag, snap and charge so you don't lose power in your phone.
Oh, there's a lot of great products for travel.
Yeah, like a little car tray. So if you're like doing a road trip with your kids, you can organize your shit. I always hate it when maids come to clean the room in the hotel and my toothbrush is exposed. And so I'm like, oh, this is the earphones from DFO that translate for you.
So are you going to be running this exclusively on Pinterest, or are you going to make, because the thing that's always been a barrier for me on Pinterest is I'm just not great at graphic design, or maybe I just don't want to put the time in to do it. But are you going to put the time in to make like really clickbaity, high?
It's so easy. Like, you've never done it. You literally go to Canva. Like, you could hop on.
I don't have Canva.
Okay. You have you know how to use Photoshop? You've used Photoshop like our whole life. So you literally just hop into to Photoshop, make a 500 by 1000. Wait,
1500. It's 100 by 1500. 1,000 by 1,500. Sorry.
That's it. Yeah. So it's like exactly. And then
maybe it's 500 by 1,500. I thought it was a 1/3 ratio.
I think it is that. Yeah, I think it's 500 by 15. But yeah, you pretty much just make like your pin rectangle, and then you add in like you could, I don't know what, like you could come up with a scenario, or like you could just go through like here and see like do something like this.
Kind of copy them.
Yeah, this is sponsored right here by Consumer Guide, and I guarantee you this is all like the affiliate stuff that we're running. Yeah, this is a DFO offer. This is, I don't know which one this is. Actually, I'd be curious. But yeah, these are all the same affiliate offers that we run, but it's just consistently running on Pinterest. Lists do very well on Pinterest. How
are the cost per clicks on Pinterest compared to Facebook and Google?
Way lower. Like, I was running a teeth whitening offer not too long ago. Let's see. Hold on. Let's show this. I'll answer that in 1 second. But it was, if you get a good click-through rate, which is typically like 1.5% or higher on Pinterest, which is not hard to do, it's going to be like, I was getting like 30 cents.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. But sometimes if you're getting like with the bed sheets, when I was running those, it was like 80 or 90 cents. But yeah, I mean, it kind of all just depends on
category and competition.
Yeah, and who you're targeting. Well, I think Pinterest is very, very, like, you can really dramatically drop your cost per click if you have a good click-through rate of your ad, because obviously Pinterest, they're very creative heavy.
Well, that's the same with any ad platform, because their inventory is the impression. And if you're getting a lot higher clicks, then they can use a lot fewer impressions to serve your ad. That's a rule of thumb with any ad platform. If you have a high click-through rate, you're going to get a lower cost per click.
All right. But yeah, so kind of have that on the books right now. I'm going to be getting that done today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to be posting about it in the community. I'll probably do a follow along for creating that Pinterest campaign for that listicle in the community. So that'll be fun. And then Samaringer says, how can I run a listicle campaign? Well, you first have to be on affiliate networks where you can get multiple offers, because the whole point of a listicle is to be selling a lot of different offers. So if you're on different affiliate networks where you have access to these kind of offers, then pull those offers, pull the links, get your affiliate links, and get like the images you want for each card. Why don't I just present my screen again so it's easy?
Yeah, the whole point of a listicle is to cast a wider net of interest for the browser, the person who clicks your ad and comes to your page. So if you only have one offer, then you're kind of limited to people only wanting to buy that one offer. But if you have 20 offers, then you're casting a wider net for that browser, for that viewer of your page.
Yeah. And so these really work. Like, right, this is obviously a travel themed listicle, like travel essentials, but the best ones that I've ever seen, and obviously we talked about this earlier, are the Christmas,
the packed bag. all the goofy names for affiliate sites.
I mean, I just wanted to get it up. So yeah, I have the packed bag. I don't know why it's on local here. I can change that. Let's see. Thepackedbag.org.
.org.
There we go. I mean, the .com was taken. So
yeah.
Thepackedbag.org. But yeah, so like for like Christmas is the best when you're doing like stocking stuffers. You can have there are listicles that go on to like 100 different products, and you get these people who just spend time like browsing and browsing. So yeah,
you should create some .psds or something and put them in your like classroom so people can, because that would make it so much easier for someone like me who is not great at design. But if I was able to like download like with the font and with some images or something, specifically the font and like the design, where I could just like make my own text with that font and then just drag and drop an image.
For like a pin?
For a pin, yeah, for marketing on Pinterest. If you had like a couple pre-made PSDs.
Yeah. Yeah, that would actually, I had this an affiliate community like back in the day, that when I first was trying to make a community, and that was one of the things that I offered was like my top pins as Photoshop files, and people could just download them.
Yeah, and the reason that community didn't work, it worked, but because you started crushing another affiliate marketing campaign, making like $100 grand a month, and you're like, well, I'm making $100 grand a month doing nothing. But
100%.
But now with school provides such an awesome architecture for doing an affiliate, for doing any community. So it's
yeah, they just added native video hosting, so I don't have to use like Vimeo or Loom or Wistia or anything like that.
You tried on Circle, or was it Circle, or was it
Circle was first? Yeah, they just didn't really have what I needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, now like you have native video hosting, and like pretty soon I won't have to be using YouTube or anything for like these live streams, because school is going to have native live streaming here pretty soon.
Oh, that's awesome. The interesting thing to me about a listicle, because I've been in affiliate marketing for more than 15 years, and you typically see trends in landing page styles. So back in like 2000, the 2008 to 2012 or 13, it was all about like the fake news article. Like you wanted it to have the serif kind of cursive font, like the New York, you wouldn't say Times, but you would make it look like a news article. And then it kind of got into like mom blogs and things like that. And then now we're on listicles, but I don't think listicles is really going to go anywhere, because if you think back in the day, magazine catalogs are essentially a listicle, and they've been around since, for 50 years or more. That's all a listicle is just an online catalog, and you can design it however you want. I think that model of taking a category and then just providing a bunch of different products that fit that category, people like that. I think it scratches an itch for people who are looking for something, because people like to browse, they like to see what's out there. And so rather than taking a single offer and doing an advertorial or a review page to convince people to buy it, doing a listicle where you're just like, oh, here's all the products, and then people can make up their own mind. I think the listicle model is not going to go anywhere. I think the trick is finding cost-effective traffic for the listicle.
Yeah, exactly. And making sure the listicle is like a theme that people like, a theme for people who are looking for
in
that
a category.
Stuff. Yeah, like for travel. Like imagine if you're getting ready to travel to like Italy for the summer or for a little bit, you're going to want to be like, oh, okay, what are some things I should, or like, like the Vibrothotics. I thought of a really fun advertorial for like, they're the insoles you put in your shoes, and they have a remote. And so you can click them on and they vibrate your feet. It's a giddy up offer, and it looks
That's funny.
like it could be good. But I was thinking about making like an advertorial for that, for like the people who go to Disneyland and they're walking through theme parks like all day.
Oh yeah.
And so, but
And then they finally sit down to get their pina colada, and they lift their feet up and put the button on.
oh yeah,
Oh.
and everyone is just jealous that they have this in their shoes. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, if you're last minute Christmas shopping, you're just gonna not even want to think about what to buy someone. That's why the Christmas listicles do so well.
Well, Christmas applies to basically everybody. Versus travel is everything else throughout the rest of the year is going to be more of a niche category for that listicle, which is fine. You can scale that to millions of dollars. But Christmas is like everybody's buying. Christmas is kind of that's like the big. I mean, Q4 for everybody's huge.
The problem with the Christmas listicles now, though, is like everybody has kind of caught on. Back when we crushed it in 2018.
Oh, that's not an excuse. I think right now listicle
guys, hold. That's why I work with my brother. That's that mentality right there. Just keeping me on track.
Yeah, it's not that people are ad blind to listicles like they would be ad blind to the fake news articles or things like that. If they see advertorial, I think listicle, because people have looked at catalogs, they know what it is. They know that it's like a list of these things. I think it comes down to the marketing. If you're going to be just putting it on Google search best Christmas list, yeah, you're going to get screwed. If you're going to do Facebook ads to people 35 plus, you're probably going to get screwed. But if you can find a new marketing source, whether it's TikTok, UGC content, user generated content, which is huge, it comes down to where are you getting the most cost effective traffic. And one thing that we've never done is it's, oh my god, what are they called, the ad exchanges or something? I forget what they're called, but there's a lot of other platforms that we haven't explored where you can potentially, especially now with the CPCs being so high on the main platform like Google, Facebook, there's always a place to get cheaper traffic if you're creative enough and you're looking.
Well, one thing I like right now is Google has kind of, and it's actually, you can get like 50-cent cost per clicks here is on YouTube. Google has updated their demand gen platform to allow you to not just target everything. You can literally target like just images. So whenever you see like you're browsing YouTube and you have it for free, you're not paying for premium, you see the ads, you always see like the little like ad boxes where it's not a video.
250 by 300s.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's like the size of them, but like Google puts them up there. But like you can run those for, like, I was kind of doing okay with the air coolers running that positioning, but it wouldn't get profitable. So I still have to figure out how to like dial that in. But my cost per click was like very, very cheap. So I personally think that, I'll call it right here, I could be wrong, I think that is going to be the placement for Q4 for listicles, because like you said, everybody wants to buy Christmas products. And the trick really is to find like cost-effective traffic. You don't want to be paying $2 a click for people to go to your listicle. You'd rather be paying obviously 50 cents. So, and I think targeting the image placements only with no video or anything on YouTube is going to be the number one source.
I love that they allow you to be more granular now with your targeting, because before it was like you were on Gmail, YouTube, Discover, and you couldn't choose which platform. So like if Gmail ads were just crushing, but you're spending a higher CPC on the other platforms, Google, just because they're greedy, they would spend the majority of your ad budget on the higher platforms. And you couldn't just like you could be 2xing on Gmail, but like negative 3xing on the YouTube image ads or wherever else. But they would go where your highest CPC was. Now you can you target Gmail?
Yeah, I was just going to say that in demand gen, you can target just really cool. Gmail. You can target just YouTube. You can target just YouTube in feed, just YouTube in stream, which is in stream, I believe, is like just in the like it's video ads. In stream is just like you're in the feed of like image only if you want. You can target display, I think, and then obviously just Google Discovery, which is like if you have like the app on your phone. You need to swipe through the news, like the little card will pop up. I don't use that, so I wouldn't probably do placements there. But
it's funny how people's willingness to purchase based on their trust on the platform that they're on fluctuates with where they see your ad. You get the exact same ad, one on Pinterest, one on YouTube, one on Gmail, and then I don't know. But the people's trust or willingness to purchase is going to be completely different based on, like, if they see a Gmail ad, they're probably more likely to trust that than just
if they saw the same thing on Taboola, but like it's like on some random weird little website, they're gonna not trust it.
Yeah, like a display ad on MSN.com on some weird article versus like the Gmail formatted native ad. It's the same person, the same ad, but the trust is going to fluctuate and the willingness to convert, which that's where the creativity comes in. If you can find a unique traffic source or a unique angle for a traffic source, then that's so at full circle. That's where I think listicles are never going to get old. But I think marketers right now need to be a lot more creative with finding unique little streams of traffic rather than like the big rivers of Facebook, Google search. There's a bunch of streams that can make you $1 million in one quarter if you're the only person, if you're creative and you're the only person fishing in that stream.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially this like a Google search is like a scaled down version of that, where it's like there are millions of different keywords you can target that will probably make you a lot of money. And if you can get like 10 of those or 20 of those going where like nobody else really finds out about it, and you can bid on that impression share yourself, then you're going to be farming those like smaller campaigns.
I mean, even things like, I know there's like blogads.com, or there's some like place where you can buy ad space on like
it's not high volume though.
It's not high volume, but it's still, there's unique traffic sources out there if you want to test and arbitrage those where you like an affiliate listicle is going to be, they're not going to be it's going to be more unique and maybe get a higher click-through rate. But yeah, it's worth testing different platforms.
Yeah, 100%. I'm bullish. I'm very bullish on the new demand gen image placements in YouTube. I think those are going to, at least for certain things, like for the Christmas listicles this year, I think and also actually maybe Gmail. I feel like you did well with Gmail at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, but I did really well with Gmail with my own site that I have, privacyon.com, but I couldn't actually target Gmail specifically. It was like it was combined with all of the other traffic sources that Google made you do on Discover. So now that I can target Gmail on its own, I think that could provide a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, besides that, we covered a good amount. We're about. Does anybody watching have any questions? So, how do you find those streams, those like traffic streams?
I would say a lot of times the smaller ad networks are going to be marketing on Google and search ads. So, I mean, you can ask people, or you can like look at niche blogs and things and see if they have any ads that don't look like Google display. But a great way to just find unique smaller ad networks that could potentially give you a big discount on traffic.
When you say ad networks, you're talking about to like buy ads on to advertise,
to purchase ads. Yeah, is they're typically advertising keywords like they'll brand bid on like Bing ads, Google ads, but then if you type in like mom blog ads, blog ads, just look for the sponsored content, and they're always like, I don't know what keywords you would type in, but you can look them up, and there's a bunch of smaller ad networks out there that could be different streams of.
So you're saying like go to Google search and type in like buy ads on mom blogs and just see what comes up in the search results?
Yeah, I'll type in mom blog ads.
Yeah, because there's buyselads.com, I think is what it's called, where you can buy like ads on random websites. But essentially trying to find these like traffic streams,
nextdoor.com has one. Reddit's at vibe.co, 500 plus channels. Like there's just so many little streams.
One of the weirdest ones that worked for us that I have no idea like how we found it back in the day, but it was what was it, like.com or
like a little? No, not like. Yeah, like.com. My likes.
My likes. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was. We were running the reverse phone lookup, just crushing that. But we were like doing the majority of our volume on a traffic source that nobody had ever heard of. Everybody was like trying to do it on
like 3 cents
Facebook.
A click.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because even at 3 cents a click, if your conversion rate is 5 times worse, you're still only spending 15 cents a click for the same conversion rate you would at 30 cents a click. So like it becomes exponentially more profitable. Like your conversion rate has to be really, really bad at like 5 cents a click.
Yeah. And so that was, I don't even know how we found that, but like it was pretty much like this one guy's viral site that he was sending a bunch of traffic to. And then he was selling ads on that viral site where he was getting like 1 million people a day to it. And then we were running an ad on his site that was like, see if your partner's cheating on you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it kind of
traffic
worked.
stars. I've never used or seen traffic stars, but looking at it now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like just something unique where I don't know how they're getting their traffic, but if you can get traffic that converts, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and another one, I know that these air coolers, you've probably seen the ads for them, or if you're in my community, you've probably heard quite a bit about them because they sell really well this time of year. They're like portable air coolers. They've been around for like 7 or 8 years, and they kind of died out, I want to say like a year or two ago. But like one of the biggest, it was like last year, one of the biggest affiliates for it found a new traffic source at the time. It was relatively new, at least, called Newsbreak. Newsbreak is like this app. I don't know if you guys have it on your phone or not, but it's like a news app, and they have a self-serve ad platform, so you can like buy ads. And whoever this affiliate was, I heard they just were blowing it up on Newsbreak because they found a new traffic source. That happened to be like a big app with millions of people and a shit ton of volume. So,
but it's funny, that's where the trust comes in, because these people on Newsbreak could see the exact same ad on MSN or on Taboola on some other site, but they just become ad blind to that medium of seeing the ads. But then if they're on, I'm on Newsbreak in the morning with my coffee, I love Newsbreak, and then they see an ad on Newsbreak, the exact same ad, their trust is higher.
Yeah, and also this affiliate on Newsbreak, it was probably 25 cents a click back then. So whereas on Taboola or Outbrain or whoever had MSN, that's going to be like $1.50 ish a click. So, cool. I think we kind of about covered it.
Yeah, Listicles, great model, not going anywhere. You just need to find a competitive traffic source to get your Listicle out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Pinterest is still so fresh. I think there's still so much opportunity on Pinterest. I have a whole, if anyone's watching this who's not in my community, I have a whole course on Pinterest in my community. Here, I'll bring it up real quick just so you guys can see. But what I talk about is like using Pinterest as a search engine, because like, yes, you can target kind of like very like Facebook and like other ad platforms where you can just like blast your ad out there. But Pinterest is also a search engine. People use Pinterest to find things that they're looking for. So let me see. So there you go. Got a nice little, not yet. There we go. Got a nice little Pinterest ads class. I think like it's over an hour long, and I really break down how to get Pinterest optimized, how to make pins, how to, media buy on Pinterest. So
yeah, nothing like this existed when we were getting going in affiliate marketing. We kind of had to just lose money and walk through the darkness. So having something like this that fast tracks you I would have loved that.
Yeah. So yes, it was Newsbreak native ads and planning to work with Pinterest. Perfect. Yeah.
I would argue that the traffic source is almost more important than anything else. Like, you obviously have to be on an affiliate network to have access to the offers.
I think the product is the most important thing. You get the best traffic source with a shitty product and you're not going to make any money. But besides the product, I would agree it's the traffic source for sure.
Yeah, you got to get those costs down.
Yep. Yeah, that's why we did so well with Facebook pages, because it was like 5 cents a user.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like a penny a user, and then Facebook still hadn't capped the organic reach of the pages, so you could still reach everybody.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. Yes. Cool.
You gotta add some PSD pins. Like, just make like 3 or 4 really great PSD pins, because that, for me, that's the holdup, is the graphic design that has to happen before you can launch a Pinterest campaign.
Do you have Photoshop on your computer?
Yeah.
It takes like 5 minutes to make a pin.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is, all right, whatever. I'm just trying to help you add value to your community.
I mean, I could do that. I could also do like, I don't know if I can make templates in Canva either, but I can do that.
Like Like a Pinterest ad template. That's what would help me fast track.
Yeah. I mean, you could also just like, I have examples in the community of like high converting pins, high click-through rate pins that people can go into Canva or Photoshop and just kind of.
Yeah, maybe Canva's easier than I've just never used Canva. So
It's so easy. Like, I don't know how you would still use Photoshop for basic things like that. Canva's just awesome. Let's see. How would you go about getting a chance to take up an offer? Wait, how would you go about getting the chance to take up an offer from affiliate with little experience? This week I'll be, oh, you're nice. You're going to Barcelona with GiddyUp. That's awesome. Wait, so you're asking, how would you go about getting the chance to take up an offer? I don't understand the question.
Like how do you get onto an affiliate network with little experience? Like, how do you get approved for an offer with little experience? I think that's what he's asking. That's a tough question because a lot of affiliate networks they gatekeep their members now. You can't just like log in and sign up.
He said yes.
You can't just log in and sign up without like a track record. I mean, I know that Matt talks to the owners of GiddyUp, and if people are in his community,
they get fast tracked on. Yeah,
you just get fast tracked into an affiliate network. So I would say that having an online school or community where you actually have the knowledge base and they know that you're not just bullshitting them, especially with a trust, someone like Matt who's done close to $10 or $20 million with these affiliate networks.
That's probably also the best, in my course in my community, I also go over like how to set up your site to make it look like so when you're applying to affiliate networks that I can't help you get onto in the community, they can actually see that you have like a nice website set up, and we kind of go over how to make yourself look like a prime candidate for their affiliate network. So I would say, set up a website, make it look really good, and just start applying. Tell them that you're new, you're going to work hard, you're learning.
I would also say at the end of the day, if you have money to spend on their offers, every affiliate network is going to be interested in that. Like if you have a budget, you're like, oh, I've got money to spend, I want to test these offers. It's going to be hard for an affiliate network to say no to that because they basically just don't want incentivized traffic or fraud traffic to protect their advertisers. But if you just have like Matt said, a really good looking site, and you tell them that you've got money to spend on campaigns, and they trust you, then you should be A-okay.
Yeah. Some networks like MaxWeb, for example, are very protective of their advertisers. So they are a bit more gatekeepy with who they let on. You typically need like an industry referral to get onboarded. Some like networks like GiddyUp or DFO or Ads Branded are all pretty easy to get onto. And all of those affiliate managers for all those networks are in my community. And one of them from DFO is actually, she's talking about creating a meetup in Barcelona. So if you're going to be there, you should, I don't know if you're in the community or not, or if you found this on YouTube, but if you were time sensitive and starting out with listicles, would you go with Google search traffic or Pinterest? Ooh, that's a good question. I guess it depends on what it is. If I was doing like listicles work great on both. I would say if you're going to do Google search, make it a best of listicle. So like if people are searching for like the best headphones or the best wireless headphones, make a list of like the top 5 best rated headphones, putting your affiliate offers in there. I would say if you're going to do an actual like listicle, like the one I showed earlier, where it's like multiple different products, I think Pinterest might be better because then you have to break down intent versus non-intent advertising. People who are on Google, they're searching for something with intent. They're looking for something specific. They're usually looking for like best product, like best headphone. Whereas on Pinterest, if they're searching for like, travel essentials, you can hit them with a list of like the best travel essentials. People aren't going to type it. If people type into Google like best travel essentials, you still might be able to do well. But in my experience, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the keywords.
Well, I'm a Google display guy. I love Google display. If I were time sensitive starting out with a listicle, I would come up with my category, and for the sake of the example, I would use, let's say we do travel. You can select travel sites. You can just go to Google and type in like travel hacks, blah, blah, and get a list of like top 50 travel sites that are populated in Google search based on what you search. you can dump those into your Google display campaign and only target those travel sites. So your listicle is only displaying on those travel sites. So your travel listicle is only displaying on travel sites. So it's in line, like your funnel is, your marketing is in line with everything. And that has always done pretty well for me. Like you're not going to miss out on conversions by doing that, because you're filtering out the shitty sites that typically try to just take your money on Google display, and you're only selecting. You can do it with apps too. You can do travel apps. You can find big travel apps, small travel apps, translation apps. You can find websites. If you type in like top 10 places in Europe or something like that, there's going to be travel websites that pop up that display Google ads that get millions of people a month. Copy that URL, dump it into your display campaign. And then you have, you know, are you going to be able to spend $10,000 a day? No, but you can spend probably $500 to $1,000 a day on much more high quality targeted traffic, where they're going to be getting your travel listicle only on travel sites. That's always been my favorite method. That's why I love Google Display, because you can I think a lot of people go into Google Display not hand picking their sites or their mobile apps, and that's not the way to do display. You want to go into display hand picking your sites to start out with, and then you can retarget, and you can get your audiences. We look at the data after 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can make a more broad campaign based on the data that you've seen. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. But between Google search and Pinterest, to be honest, I would probably start with Google search, just because of how I've thought about it. Because
I think Matt's breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit, Matt.
Oh, wait, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay. I don't know how Wi-Fi is bad here, maybe, but yeah, I would probably do Google search because of how laser focused it is. I've had a little bit of time to think about it as well since you asked, because I never think about like actual like multi-product listicles, but because I normally focus on like the best of type of stuff for products. So it's like I said, like best headphones ranked and reviewed, not really like the style that I showed earlier, where it's like best travel essentials or like best senior discounts or like, you know, best stocking stuffers for Christmas. I think they're both good options, but I think Google search has people maybe have more intent behind their searches.
But I would just to play devil's advocate, and what you always say, you need to find long tail keywords to get the low cost per click, because if you're too broad on Google search, then it's hard to arbitrage and make a profit, right?
Yeah, that's true. But
there's also something to be said for doing a bunch of micro campaigns, because if you're putting less pressure on the auction for that inventory, those impressions, then you're going to get a lower cost per click, most likely. And so I think those are two great strategies. I think one with Pinterest and then Google search, but then also try Google Display. Get a list of like your top 20, the top 20 most organic sites for the niche that you're trying to do. Like if you're doing cars, find like the top 20 car forums, car websites, car mobile apps, and then only run traffic on those. And your cost per click should be lower. It's going to be more intent driven.
Yeah, Google Display though, you got to be careful with Google Display. So
no, not if you pick your placements.
Yeah,
not if you pick your placements. If you don't pick your placements, you're going to find those Google AdSense nerds who go on there and they make the fake site, they jack up the price. If you actually pick your placements on Google Display and you and you don't do max conversions, you got to find the right CPC so you actually get the spend going. But it's not that dangerous if you pick your placements.
So how would you introduce yourself to like the affiliate managers and stuff? I'm guessing you're talking about at Barcelona at the show, without coming across as inexperienced. I think that's kind of what the whole point of going to the show is like you're showing up and you're showing them like, hey, I'm new to this, but I want to learn. That's what we did when we were younger. Like we started affiliate marketing in 2008. And like 2009, 2010, we were going to shows. I mean, I remember one time we were like Shane and I were talking to some guy. He worked for this company that's no longer around, this affiliate network, but he did like a lot of Google stuff. And I was just really asking him questions, like to the point where it was almost inappropriate. Cause like I was asking him like, how do you run this? What kind of traffic? Da-da-da-da. And his buddy just was like, what are you going to ask him for his keywords now too? But it doesn't matter. That's like the whole point of going to these shows when you're younger, or I don't know how old you are, but when you're new to this industry, is to just like get in there and meet people, like make connections is the most important thing. Show them that you're motivated.
All they care about is that how to market and that you have money to market.
Before that,
the only two things that let me finish. The only two things that matter is if you just learn all about one traffic source. Like I'm a Pinterest affiliate, I crush Pinterest. I've got tens of thousands of dollars to spend, or just whatever. Say that you have money to spend on Pinterest. That's all they care about. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you got to get on the network. Just show knowledge with one traffic source and let them know that you have money to spend to test. That's all they care about.
And so right before that, he said that he has experience with content creation on TikTok. I would probably lead with that and be like, hey, listen, I'm super confident with TikTok. I've done a lot of content creation. And obviously everyone in the industry knows that TikTok and the TikTok shop and like TikTok affiliate marketing is absolutely blowing up. So if you can come in there and say like, hey, I know my stuff with TikTok, then you're going to not seem inexperienced. And
yeah, maybe don't say TikTok shop because that's more like drop shipping. That's not related, but TikTok ads and UGC content. Because TikTok shop is going to make you sound like a drop shipper. You probably don't want that. But TikTok ads that's what they want to hear.
Yeah, but at the very least, it shows you have like experience marketing and like getting views and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm actually jealous that you're going to the Barcelona show. I really wanted to go, but I had traveled so much last month that I couldn't, and I'm kind of trying to focus on growing the community right now. But I'm really jealous. A lot of people I know are going. A lot of affiliate managers I know are going. I don't know if you're on any of the affiliate networks yet, or if you're just going. You said you're going with GiddyUp, I think, but 10 million views on TikTok. Nice.
Let's go, Joseph. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, the Barcelona show is going to be awesome. I hear nothing but like good things about it because it's like a whole new type of show right now, because a lot of the affiliate world shows got bought out by like a big gaming company, and so they feel, from what I've heard, it feels very like a big casino affiliate company. So it feels like you're in like a big kind of scammy casino environment, is what I heard. And then the affiliate summits in Vegas and New York are kind of just the same old thing. They're great, but the affiliate takeover in Barcelona seems like it's going to be awesome, and I really wish I could go. So I want to do some ones later this year though, and Shane, I'd love for you to come along too. But like, what's the one? It is an affiliate world, I think, but it's one in, can't remember the name. Budapest. Yeah, I would love to do the one in Budapest because it's just a city I want to see, and it'd be fun to go meet out with everyone.
So September?
I think so. September is somewhere in the fall, but we can look it up. But yeah, that'd be a fun one to go to.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, guys, any more questions? If not, then we can pop off. That was fun. That was a good chat. We covered a lot of stuff. I think a lot of really good insights as well. So this will be a good post, a good live.
Yeah, I think Joseph was asking about traffic stars. I have that tab open. I'm going to investigate that too. Not taking your traffic source. But I think finding unique traffic sources like that are. I don't do affiliate marketing at the moment. I'm working on like mobile apps and stuff like that. So I will not compete with you.
If you do take a look at traffic stars and you start working with it and you like it, then so real quick. So Shane's my twin brother. He's been in my community or a member of my community since it started, because I sent him like an invite early on. I don't think you've even like popped in once.
No, I haven't. Yeah.
So if you actually do look at traffic stars, then
no, yeah, I'll
maybe
start
do
posting.
a post.
Yeah,
do a post.
I wouldn't do it for affiliate stuff. I would do it for like mobile apps or something, but definitely.
Yeah, but you could at least talk about what the experience.
Yeah, totally.
If you do it, so sweet. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping in. This was a really fun stream. We definitely need to get. Shane, I want to get you in here more often. This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I got plenty of time, so
cool. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.